Hey, I'm Daniel Frankel, co-founder and editor-in-chief of NextCMT. Pleased to be in the suite at the Cosmopolitan for Cineverse, which has made a major announcement this week at CES 2026, the acquisition of giant worldwide media service companies that will be blended with Cineverse's own media services entity, Matchpoint. I'm here with Cineverse's President, Chief Technology Officer for Cineverse, Tony Huidor, who I've known for quite a long time. Tony, maybe you can frame for us where you are with Matchpoint. It's a big rollout of a revolutionary media services unit and what the acquisition of giant worldwide means.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dan. For the last 10 years, as we've been developing Matchpoint, we believe that we've really developed what we think is a cutting-edge solution to solve the industry's problem of how do you scale video delivery. Matchpoint offers a automated supply chain that simplifies the processing and delivery of video at significant scale. And as we've been out in the market trying to pitch Matchpoint and get Matchpoint adopted across the industry, one of the areas that we hear a lot of is that the studios aren't quite ready for moving to a fully automated supply chain.
Right.
And there's still services that they still depend on a lot of legacy providers, such as Giant, to provide for them. One of them is taking content from their vaults or ingesting the content, identifying the content. So a lot of these services still require human capital, which is not an area that we've really invested at Matchpoint. So the Giant Worldwide acquisition is a perfect fit for what we're trying to do, which is create an end-to-end solution to really solve the ability for studios to deliver content at significant scale, much faster, much cheaper, and much more accurately. The joint entity of Giant Worldwide and Matchpoint really brings to market the first solution that separates us from the competitors in the market, Premier Digital, Deluxe, Pixelogic, et cetera, where we now have an end-to-end solution that can meet the needs of studios regardless of what they're looking for.
So the announcement elegantly broke out the accretive nature of the deal, what it'll deliver for you on a recurring basis. You want to give us the purchase price in cash?
We've not released the purchase price, but I would say that we purchased Giant Worldwide at a very attractive valuation multiple. So can't go too much into the details on the deal.
Gotcha.
But we're confident that we can extract significant value, and we got that at a very good price.
So tell me a little bit about what you're acquiring, how many people are involved, how many employees. I think it's situated in New York and several other locations.
So Giant Worldwide currently has 3 locations, one office in Los Angeles, one in New York, and one in Poland. More importantly, it's MPA certified labs or facilities, which meet the stringent requirements of the studios for content security and making sure that content doesn't leak or lead to piracy. Current organization that we're bringing on is about 75 staff here in the US, and roughly another dozen or 2 in Poland. Giant was initially worldwide primarily to pursue the follow the sun strategy of having operations spread out to really offer 24/7 services. We feel that with Matchpoint, we don't necessarily need to do that because Matchpoint does automate a lot of the work that was requiring people to work 24-hour shifts. So we'll continue to keep these facilities because they're extremely valuable for us. But our goal is to operate the business in a lean fashion and make use of automation as possible to really scale their ability to take on more work.
Great. So beyond announcing this big arrangement, what else are you doing here at CES 2026?
CineSearch continues to be a big focus of ours, advanced search and discovery.
Right.
Publicly said before, I feel that we've solved the search and discovery problem, and our goal is currently focused on trying to sell that technology to TV manufacturers, big streamers, and big enterprise app developers.
What's been the reception so far? Where are you with that?
The word we hear most often, or the phrase, is very impressive, amazing. Once again, the difference from our product and trying to use ChatGPT or Gemini is that this has been specifically developed for search and discovery for film and television content. So we're not basing recommendations based on data that we've scraped off the internet. We've created a proprietary set of data that we call CineCore, and that captures the human emotion, feelings, moods, vibes, the whole human spectrum for every film on an apples to apples basis. So you're going to get consistent, high quality recommendations using AI as a means of doing that.
So we've talked to Tony before about this, but it's sort of a revolution in terms of how search and discovery is executed, away from traditional metadata means to a brand new methodology. Real briefly, maybe extract a little bit more on that, how it works and what the fundamentals are.
10,000-foot level, you speak in natural language. You're not searching by keyword or talent. The use case we're trying to solve is you come home on a Friday night, you're with your family, you want to watch a movie, your wife wants to watch a rom-com, your daughter wants to watch something funny, and your son wants to watch something with car chases. So the idea is you speak in natural language processing to an AI chatbot, and you say exactly that. And then we take that request and convert it from speech to text. And then that text is then sent to an AI LLM that then extracts the sentiment. It deciphers the text to understand what is it this person's looking for. And then it passes out to our recommendation engine. It creates a prompt saying, search for this type of movie. And then our recommendation engine uses our own proprietary data set to look for content that matches those dimensions. And as I said before, we're not relying on descriptive metadata. You can say anything. You could say, I'm feeling sad, or hey, give me something to cheer me up, or what is Al Pacino's best movie, or what's the best horror movie this is in the 1980s. And every type of query requires a different type of data, and we've amassed what we feel is the largest set of data for that.
Well, it's one of the more exciting things in the technology world in our space, the way we're watching. So we want to stay up to date on that and ask you about it again soon. So thanks for sparing some time. Big sales week here at CES 2026. We'll let you go. Tony Huidor on behalf of Cineverse and Matchpoint. I'm Daniel Frankel of Next CMT. Thank you very much.
Thank you.